Ben and Nick finally had the discussion. I loved how matured they acted. Like, it was not as if they were in war or something. Ben was calm to listen to Nick, and Nick was ready to give, Ben all the informations that he needed, concerning his relationship with Vivian. Like, guys, Madam Stella and Vivian are the most devilish people on earth. They promised this guy, they knew his weak point. He was looking for a job. They promised him to give him a job. And considering the fact that Madam Stella's husband, Chief, is a very rich man, the guy believed them. I don't even know the kind of job that they promised to give him that made them to extort as much as 25 million naira from him. I just feel like 25 million naira is enough for anybody to start a good business here in Nigeria. But then, nevertheless, they promised him a big job, and that was how they asked him to pay the money so that they can be able to secure the job for him. And he ignorantly paid the money to them, thinking that they are, people to be trusted. And that was how they ran away with this guy's money. Meanwhile, before then, I do not blame, Nick in some way, because considering the fact that he was dating Vivian, probably he thought that the lady is truthful to him or something. So he gave him that money, or he paid that money to them, thinking that these people are truthful to him. And the fact that he's having something to do with Vivian, he didn't really think that Vivian would swindle him and run away. But they extorted this money from him and ran away with the money. And that was why when Vivian saw Nick, she was very surprised, because Nick was the least person she expected to see. They even thought that maybe because of the way they swindled him, that the guy actually, died or something. So that was why she was so surprised to see Nick that day. Now, let's come down to Mark. Or rather, Ben. I love the way that he was so calm to listen to his friend. He was not quick to run or fight or hit him immediately he came, inside the hotel room where Nick lodged. He was calm to ask for explanation. And this is to go out there to tell you that whenever you are in doubt of anything, make sure you seek attention. Make sure you seek, the explanation you need. There are things that don't require you to fight, because you can sit out there and judge somebody without really getting the true picture or the true story behind the person's action. I love the fact that, Ben gave Nick the benefit of doubt to explain himself and his relationship with, Vivian. And again, what else do I love about this? I love the fact that, Nick was able to tell Ben the whole truth without hiding anything from, Ben. And after the discussion, Ben was not against Nick in any way. He didn't say, oh, stop doing this or don't get your money back. He was even in support of, Nick doing everything to get his money back. But there was one thing that struck me in all these things, is the fact that Ben still loves Mark. And I'm going to explain. Now, remember when, Ben was telling Nick that in no way, like, he should try everything possible to, get his money back, that he's not going to stop him or anything, but he should stop sleeping with Vivian. I will explain what this means in Nigeria. There are some customs in Nigeria that when a woman is sleeping around with other men, the husband of that lady either run mad or his life ends. So I think that this is what Ben is trying to avoid, because sometimes Vivian just acts. Vivian is someone who doesn't believe in traditions, customs and traditions, and anyone who does not believe in what binds them together is the problem, is lost. And I feel like Vivian is lost. So this is the reason why Ben do not want, Nick to continue to sleep with Vivian, irrespective of whatever, relationship or whatever they are doing. And then he was also in support of, Nick doing everything possible to get his money back. He didn't come to fight. He actually came to get clarity of the relationship between Vivian and Nick. And the fact that he was like, do everything you can to get your money, I am not stopping you, and just make sure you do not sleep with her anymore. was his own issue. And I love the fact that irrespective of whatever that is happening between him and his brother, he still love and shows concern. He doesn't want anything bad to happen to his brother. Another thing to get here is that Nick is actually a very good friend. He didn't hide anything from his friend, okay? And Ben in no way did not judge Nick for the action he's taking. Now remember when Ben was saying that he knows that Vivian does not have such a money or such amount of money, rather that he's wondering where Vivian is getting the money from, and then putting two and two together, considering the fact that his brother Mark is someone who can be controlled. Ben came to the conclusion that this money is coming from the company's account. And remember what Nick advised him. Even though he wanted to get his money back, he didn't want to get it in a greedy way, like covering up or telling him that he's not sure that the money is coming from the company account. He just told him that he should do everything possible to make sure that he protects his company, from whatever Vivian is doing. But as for him, that he's going all out to make sure that he gets his money, or rather he gets his money back. And I love how friendly this discussion was. I love the fact that there was no fight or anything, no argument. There was this understanding between the two of them. Ben wanted clarity, and Nick gave him the clarity that he wanted, and there was this brotherly and friendly support between the two of them. Now guys, at this point, what do you think will happen to Vivian? Of course, we know that Vivian's end is here already. Like, she has beaten more than she can chew, and her end is already here. There's no doubt about it. I love the cooperation between these two people. It's just that Mark is not someone you talk to. I feel like, if Mark had been someone who is sensible enough, Ben would have communicated whatever information he got from, Nick to Mark. But Mark is not someone who is sensible. Mark doesn't even reason at all. So I felt that was why he decided to swing into action without even giving anybody prior information about why he's doing what he's doing. Now Ben had to go to the office and send Mark away from the office. Taking the position of the CEO will actually make Ben, to be in control and know the activities that is going on in the company. Remember, he also told Mama and, Helen, when they were so curious to know why he had to swing into action fast without even consulting them, he told them that they will get to know all the information when the time is due. But for now, that he needed to do what he had to do to save the company. Now, guys, I don't know what you have to make out of this, but I support Ben's actions fully. What do you think about this? Do you think that Vivian is going to succeed, in getting things out of the company? Or do you think that she will be caught in the process of trying to do anything funny anymore to the company? What do you think that what do you think will be Mama and Helen's reaction when they find out everything that Vivian has done? Do you support, Nick and in getting his money back? Do you support Ben's action towards Mark? What do you make out of the friendship between Nick and Ben? As always, I expect your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for your love. If you can relate to my content, please do well to follow me in all my social media handle, and also subscribe to my channel if you're watching from YouTube channel. Thank you, and see you all in my next video. Bye bye, guys.